What's up, everybody? Today I decided I'd come out and do a review on the Lectric 3.0. Just my thoughts and impressions after 81 miles. So far I use it to haul my boy. I use it myself when he's at school, run errands uptown, and it's great. I see a lot of reviews say it isn't really premium, but I don't know, I kind of tend to disagree. There's been absolutely no problems. I don't know what would be more premium than this. I've seen others that are a little more money, but I think they're all made in the same place and just rebranded. The power, it's good. It's fine. I'm sure you could have more, but really when you're riding with your family, chances are your family members wouldn't be able to handle more power. Even if you had it, it wouldn't be safe for them. I've seen people complain about the brakes squeaking. I think that's pretty much due to how they're broke in. At one time in my life, I was an auto mechanic, and one of the jobs after we put brakes on, the guy would send me out to break in the brakes so they wouldn't squeal and have customers come back. When you get something that's brand new, you need to take the brakes out and kind of heat cycle them. Don't get them hot, just take the brakes out and use them like you normally would. These people that go out and really drag the brakes, they're just glazing the pads and they're gonna squeak for the life of the brake pads if you do that. You can take them off and sand them down with sandpaper to try and take the glaze off, and sometimes that works, but what I found, that's about as loud as mine are, and that's not a squeak, that's like a harmonic hum of metal on the rotor. They're probably not going to be much quieter than that, just due to the compound of the brake pads. Battery life, it's great. I'm heavier than your average rider. I run somewhere around 220 pounds. My son rides on the back on the passenger seat, and he's probably 60 pounds. So when we go out for a ride, we're pulling 280 pounds generally. And it, for all intents and purposes, every hill in my town it does fine. And that's just throttle only. If I want to help out, it does even better. I have thought about, there's a controller, some guy on YouTube that messes around with changing out controllers and things like that. I think he's from Florida, which gives you your full speed with throttle only instead of having to pedal. I think that might be a decent upgrade, just for the fact of hills like this one coming up here, just having that little bit of extra speed / power. I think that would be okay. I talked to an electrician friend of mine, and he believes that this motor can hold that amperage sustained without any problems. So in the future, just because I'm pulling that extra weight, I think I might go with that controller. I kind of just been waiting to put some miles on it and see how it does. It's just starting to warm up here in Indiana, so I figured I'd put couple hundred miles on it and see what I thought before I went changing anything. I definitely don't want to hurt the reliability at the, only gaining a few more mile an hour. That's not worth it to me, so we'll see. That might be something we try. I guess it'll kind of depend if anyone even watches these or has any interest in buying one or modifying one. Let's go check out the memorial. This is kind of cool here in my little town. So people raise money and built this themselves to tribute to all the soldiers. Every branch kind of has a plate or whatever you want to call. I live in a pretty small town, guys, so we don't even have a stoplight. This is our walking trail up by our ball diamonds. We used to have a basketball court right here, but I guess our water levels, I think it has too much nitrogen in it. So now we have to have this whole water treatment thing installed. I was told it's from farmers, all the chemicals they put on the fields. Out here is the aquifer for all the town's water. And I guess if you dump a bunch of chemicals on your aquifer, you're going to end up needing a treatment plant to make the water safe for all the people in the town. So our water bill's fixing to go up. I don't know, maybe comment down below what you think about that. I've thought about going to a town board meeting and seeing if there's any way to pursue figuring out if it's caused by farming, and if so, should they be somewhat responsible. This is our local utility office. We'll wait on